So with that being said, we're gonna put her on the D slot. Because she's garbage.
Know your fucking place, trash.
It's Amber. Why would you put Amber anywhere but the bottom? Please tell me a good situation where you can put Amber. Please. I do need your help for this one for sure. So Xiangling, I really think she's A tier. For one, she's the best pyro you can get that's free. And you don't have to use Amber anymore after you get her. The other thing is, while her AI thing is annoying, if you do it based on her like actual kit, and you include the fact that like her AI is super annoying, it's not consistent, you can then put her in B tier, but I do think she does belong in A tier because she has potential. She can definitely be built correctly. She's also the first spear user in the game, which is not a bad spear user. And in addition to that, she's what's up, Supreme God? She I don't say support. I think she can be a DPS, but I do agree she I think is A tier. Like, she's someone you can actually use and you don't have to rely on Amber. She also has like, the thing about her ability is that it's stationary, but if you do her ult actually stays. So she, unlike Razor that has to be on the field almost like 100% or 90% of the time, Xiangling can actually help with setups and actually help with some DPS too, especially when she has her ult. So I do agree with this pick. I do agree. Also worry too about like how like beginners come into this game. And I also think about how like, okay, someone who doesn't want to spend money, right? What are they gonna like, what are they gonna look for, or how are they gonna actually enjoy the game? And I do think that if you actually get Xiangling or Razor from any of your pools, you're already close to enjoying the game as much as possible. So the next one that I have here is Badu. Badu I also put at A tier. Not because she's terrible, but just because it's the same thing with Xiangling and Razor. She's good for the majority of her party, depending of course again on the composition. I do recommend, like, if you had to choose between Razor and Badu, you choose Badu. You can do Razor again, but remember what we said about Razor, it's based on critical chance and he has to be on the field like 90% of the time. I think she does have to be on the field, but I don't think she has to always be on the field. I think she does a really good job on her own. I've seen Kaza use her a lot when we're co-oping, and she does a really good job in creating damage, especially for the Oceanid fight. She has good crowd control too, because her ults are based off of crowd control. So that's where I would put Badu here, and why I think that's the case. So the next one I have is Jin Chao. Jin Chao, as much as I don't want to be biased, right? I do think he is A tier. I think he's a really good Hydro if you have the constellations. If you have the constellations, then yes. I think he's a good Hydro. If you really wanted to be picky, he would be B tier. I would say maybe B tier would be then the proper place for him, because he does need the constellations. I am being a little bit biased though when I say that, like, I do see him as an A tier character. There's moments where I've done his like ultimate and he's actually done a shit ton of damage. Of course, not as Shincho. Oh, thank you. I like, he's not as good as Child, but he's that good. I think that as long as you have his constellations, it's worth it, especially during this banner. If you've wanted to build that character, now would be the perfect time, because his constellations are constantly being pulled in 4 stars. You have a higher chance of getting his, and I do recommend that he's a good short sword DPS that you can count on. Not only that, he does offer sort of like a damage debuff, meaning that like if you get hit, it's not going to hit you as hard. In addition to that, his ult can stay with your character, and let's say if you're using like Fischl with Shincho, I actually find it that I do more damage with the two combined. So I think that he's a good character if you know how to build him and if you're interested in actually invested in him. If the character is not that good base wise, but they need a constellation, that for me that lowers them on the tier list, because it's just like, why do I have to spend so much money to pull off of these chances and then be able to make them good, especially if they're 4 stars or 5 stars. So the next one we have is Jiang Ming, I think her name is. I don't know too much about this character, and I have her. As a Claymore user, she's okay. But I also do put her, I'm also sorry about my throat, but I also do put her as a B tier, because I don't think she's at the level like I would want her to be, or I was expecting her to be honest with you guys. I was hoping she'd be a little bit better, especially when it came down to to how she can be built, which is why I'm kind of like, eh. I think Jiang Ming could go to A tier if that's the case, but I still think she's B tier. I think you're kind of not getting much off of it. And she's the 4th best pyro. How many pyros are in this game? Actually, how many pyros? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's that good if she's the 4th best pyro. It's too far down. I call her Roxanne. I would call her Roxanne too. I actually was very close to calling her Roxanne. Actually, fun fact. Because I kept thinking it's like, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on that red light. Roxanne, you don't have to turn on that red light. Bennett, I would put maybe S tier. I put him as the 3rd favorite though. Bennett, I would put as S tier because I saw the amount of healing he does, and I think that's literally why he's S tier. It's because of his healing. He fits in every party for the most part, and he does a good amount of healing. Better than Barbara. Maybe not better than Chi-Chi, but I would almost go as far as very close, because I've seen how much a built Bennett can do, and that's always good to know. So maybe I would put him as an S tier. But I definitely see Bennett as, if you built him correctly and you built him like, I think more support more than anything, worth it. 100% worth it. Alright, Chongyun. I'll put him as C because I'm being merciful. I'm being nice. But I truly don't know where this kid goes. I truly do not know. I got him and I'm like, oh, okay. Trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Say what you will. Chongyun is useless to me. I've actually yet to see a Chongyun in a co-op, believe it or not. That's how trash he is. We have Diluc next. That one is going S tier. 1, because he's husbando. That's a given. Husbando. Horny for husbando. Anyways, Diluc is a literal DPS machine. He can literally carry your team. Quite honestly. If you have like Fischl or Lisa, like even if you have like the lowest tier Cryo or Electro, Diluc's gonna kill him. Like, no sweat. I think that's really important. I think it's also really important to note that he's been built that way since the beginning. He is the OG, like, Claymore damage. Yeah, not only that, like, the weapons on it. Like, we haven't even gotten to weapons, but we just now are getting to weapons. Creaky, we are not putting Amber on any top tier. That bitch is garbage, okay? Now I'm gonna where you put Diona and Venti. Hello. He's the Tom Brady of DPS. He is. Diona, I actually was gonna put her in A tier. I put Diana over Jiangling, to be honest. Her shield is literally endgame good. So this tier list isn't ordered, Kaza, but that is a good point. I do agree with you. Diona has a really good shield, especially when it's off her ability. In addition, that with the 4 shots she does, they're really good elemental mastery. Like they're really good at elemental damage. Sorry. Her ult, I again agree. That she has good healing, and her C6, yeah, I agree. She's the equivalent of Cryo Bennett. But again, if you look at how constellations, are built, she needs to be a C6. Something that's really considerate about the A and the B tier is if they're A tier, they have a good base kit. If they're B tier, they don't have a good base kit, but later on they can be good. So, here's, I would put Diona over Chi-Chi. Nobody puts Diona, Catgirl, over Chi-Chi. I'm sorry. That's not happening. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so aggressive to you. Because, whatever. Fischl, I'm actually going to make the jump here and put her in SS. I know you guys are like, what the fuck, Saki? What do you mean? I'm like, listen, Fischl does good. Like, Fischl's a good Electro for being a 4-star. Not only have we had multiple chances to get her constellation to, like, the highest peak, she's really good. She does damage. She works well with almost every character in the game. She's very useful. I feel like there's more times I use Electro than any other character apart from Geo. And I really like what she does with Oz and with her ult. I truly think if you build her really well and you have constellations with her, because there's been multiple times where her constellations happen free, really recommend you build her. Really, really do. Oh, Isaac Rural. That's that dude that died.
Figured we'd have found the bus driver by now. Wonder where he's at.
Oy, coño. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I kind of fucked up, didn't I? This is how he died. Oh shit, the knife. It's the knife. No. Stop that, you piece of shit. I swear to god, if I die here, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Finish her.
Get Sonic, bitch!